Motion to approve minutes,
All three sets?
all three sets.
Attaboy. And I will second that.
Okay, I got one.
$116,460. And they are three.
Their pickup thing.
Yep. 2023 Dodge Rams. So that's why I just needed your approval so I can go get these picked up. Get them started.
Gary already made a
We
motion.
did? Yeah.
So I'll second it. That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And number 7. It's already been.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, here's
You
yours.
want her to explain anything that you missed it or?
No, I was in on it, not in on it, but I read up on it.
Yeah, it's just a minimum of 20, so 20 to 40 without full-time benefits.
Okay, make a motion that we approve.
I gotta work on inventory.
The request to go to full-time and part-time.
Okay.
I can always back it
We have a second.
That's by resolution, so it's Trimmer, aye.
Your second guy.
Team and I.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want a copy of one of these? I want to get it done.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, I can go make a copy and bring you.
Oh, I have 2 of them here. We'll just sign.
Yeah, that was
Hold on in there and cover the equipment. You want to do flood plain stuff, dates, before my other?
Sure. I don't think that should take long. We're just setting dates for it. 5 and 4.
So we're hoping to waive the 3rd reading. Do the 1st reading July 25th at 9:30. And the 2nd and final August 1st at 9:15. Matt and I are gonna get that notice out in the paper.
Make a motion that we.
I said, he sent it to you, right?
Yep,
And it's ready to go.
I gotta get scheduled ready.
Scheduled for what?
You have to print that. But you have to print
I
a
don't-
summary of the ordinance in the paper
Okay,
with those readings.
I gave you the summary, and so I thought you were gonna send it out.
That's why I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Between Matt and I, we're gonna get it scheduled.
Yes.
Make a motion that we set the dates for the floodplain ordinance for July 25th and August 1st. With possibility of
You wanna know what
waiving the third reading.
you can bring in oil and antifreeze mixed in with it.
If there's no
Something like
opposition.
that, and then you're fighting them.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
One of the oil companies has got an account, we were talking oil, and all the oil, they're bringing in new oil by coast. So last year, I was talking, the store was all full.
You want to move this young lady?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give this to you. Oh, yeah, you got it, sorry.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I get all my oil.
That's not your fault.
Like I said, land use hearing for Bryce and Michelle Nemitz for Tuesday, July 25th at 9:15.
I wanted to have a copy of all of my.
What time was that other, on the 25th?
9:30.
9:30. Make a motion that we set that land use hearing for Bryce and Michelle Nimitz,
Yeah, like
July 25th at 9:15 a.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Barb.
Thank you.
Wait on number 5, because after we do the resolution for HR director, because I have it numbered. But that's where I'm gonna move spending authority from the health, that line item in for public health. And then there's one other one for the sheriff, so I gotta play around with. But I'm waiting to hear back from him. It's for his forfeiture, something. But that will be.
Thanks, Barb.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So then I'll type that up again and tell you how I'm moving it. That's where I'm trying, and then we'll have to do probably another service area amendment after we start July 1st too, because depending on how we move that authority around. I created all those line items for the public health, so I think we'll be fine, and then come September when we do a regular amendment. That's why I'm anxious to hear
We got more.
what equipment all comes. Without
The
Kevin.
sheriff gave you vehicles, and
Do we still have
we
it?
know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so we're good, plus there's quite a bit in HR
I
still.
just seen
Yeah. You see that there's a desk, if we need a desk,
on the
it's Barb's old desk.
The one that's downstairs.
Yes, that's there, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on,
Alright, so at least
haven't-
we
you know.
can get something set up.
Yeah, I've been busy, so I don't know what's going on in the basement down there or anymore. If Ben's still there yet, next to you?
Mhm.
Okay,
He had his conference last week, so he was out last week.
okay, yep. I
So he
remember
hasn't done any of that
he
yet.
was talking about that when I was meeting with everybody there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Matt's gonna move in now to where Mark was. Okay, that's gonna free that center office up. Ben is gonna go downstairs now,
Okay.
right, I guess he originally was.
Well, he was across, we used that, we called it the old GIS room.
Okay.
Right. But is that,
And once he gets in there, then he's gonna hire somebody.
Ben is?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Which is good, but
so down the road,
are we, down the road, are we gonna need to have bigger space for,
I already got that handled. I explained what I will do if I'm still around. I would put a wall in that room where Ben's gonna go, you know, north and south. So Ben will have entry from across the road, from the elevator where that door is.
Right.
And then the door going into Barb's office. So the third person when they need it. As of right now, they do not need a third person.
And then I'm thinking that other space, because then we have the handicap voting machine that's in that room. And we're actually maybe gonna reorganize some of the
Which is on the
voters,
southeast corner.
Yeah, before the maintenance.
especially when, well, with that one, but I'm talking about upstairs where Ben was in my,
Oh,
because that's where I used to have one of the other votes.
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about even putting,
Because you can hear everything through that wall anyway, where
Yeah, I know.
Jordan's at.
that's why I was thinking I was gonna put maybe in the county health gal, maybe. That was an
I
option.
don't think it would be,
No.
because you can hear right through there.
Okay.
Plus, when I have to kick them out for voters needing assistance in that room, because I have to have a private space.
Okay.
Because Ben would always get kicked out when we would have voting
That's okay. That's our best option down the hall.
here. Maybe after this meeting, you guys can
Look at it.
get moving on that. And then have you talk to Ben, and I don't know who you picked yesterday for your hires, so he can get your set email set up and things. Because that takes a little bit.
He's supposed to be stopping today with the paperwork. He did not drop it off or sign it here yesterday.
Right.
So I assume that is on the agenda next week for the.
Yeah, and it all depends, of course, background check. But he works at a school right now, so
So did you have Courtney put that on already?
she did not have her computer
Alright,
here,
let me look at
but
that.
she wrote it down on
So
her
that's for
pad.
next Tuesday, the hire.
Yeah,
On her pad, she put 9:30 with, yeah.
Yep, that's on here.
Okay, so we're gonna have to have something on there.
For that.
I would think so.
We'll do 9:15
Okay.
for the hire originally.
yeah.
I love the way she just reads your mind.
Not always.
Is the whole hiring committee gonna come in?
I think Megan is for sure, but she was in my office already this morning.
I think so. There's one.
I don't know, but
That's what you do.
no, I don't see it even. I just didn't see it. Because,
As they interviewed yesterday,
oh,
and names that I saw on there, one of them scared the heck out of me.
Okay, I think for quick reports.
I can hand these out. I told you I went to investigate Friday.
I just wanted you guys to know, Becky and me too. That was to Jennifer and us.
I have a call into her, Jennifer Benton.
Jennifer.
Yeah, and she has not called me
So
back.
check that email that Becky just
Okay,
sent you.
I'll do it here later.
That's what I heard.
Alright, now I'll give you a quick kind of update.
That's it.
There's a pipe that goes from your right side of your page, where the outlet is, where it comes out, all the way through underneath the highway.
This is the highway here.
Yes, that's Highway 218.
So the red part is,
The red part is where a 4-foot box culvert was.
okay.
They put this 2-foot pipe through the box culvert.
Actually, through.
Through it. It's a one-piece, real long, real thick, heavy rubber culvert. Okay, then it goes to what I call the overflow pipe. That's a 4-foot pipe that's vertical up and down, and then it's got a wall between it.
Is that?
That's where the blue is, the blue,
Over here.
way over the other side.
Over here.
Yeah, that's the 4-foot pipe, it's a level with the bottom of the pond.
Okay.
So then from that one, there's a big, the same 2-foot pipe goes all the way out to towards the center of the bottom of the pond itself. Okay. And you can see that's what helped gravity, like now being low, the water level is lower than the top of the spillway of the pipe up high.
So the pipe actually goes this way?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
So,
Right through here.
yeah, water level below the overflow right here. So this is gravity fed back in here, comes up, and then it goes over the wall, comes down into the 2-foot pipe, through the box culvert, and comes out. What he's concerned, it don't make sense, the water is boiling out of the cement structure in front of this, on the graded side, on the north side of 218.
Alright,
Now, my guess, they went and slugged this after they put the pipe in here, and they slugged it with concrete around the pipe. I'm no engineer or nothing, but I'm wondering if the cement did not get on the top of the pipe, and they're getting seepage coming off out of the ground from the pond, going through the ground, and the weakest point to come out is right above the spillway. My guess.
alright. And so,
Cause there's very little water trickling out of the overflow pipe, cause the pond is down.
sure. Okay. So to fix that,
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to,
dig down on either side of the pipe.
Now it's time to fix it.
Well, that's right.
if that's going along what I think's what's
I'm
going
into that.
on. There again, like I said, I'm no engineer.
Sure.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hi. Morning. So we're mostly the hiring committee, minus Ron. He might be here, he might not. He's a busy man. I just wanna say, like, I got to meet people for the first time on this, and this was an amazing opportunity, so thank you for letting me be a part of it, because I definitely had a good time in a way that I didn't think I'd have a good time on this. But we do have a recommendation for you guys, a unanimous recommendation. We really, really enjoyed this interviewee.
Overwhelmingly.
Yeah. She was, I did bring her resume, I know you guys haven't seen her resume, but there's her resume. Her name's Sue Wilbur. This is also a proposed contract that we would like you guys to accept with it. What we've done with this, here, do you want a copy? What we've done with this, knowing that we already had this in a position, was kind of try to find a balance and strike a balance between what was there and what we will be getting with this candidate. Sue already brings to the table a long history of being in this, double the amount almost of experience. She is communicative, friendly. Without prompting, her goal is to work for the people of the county. It was her initiative to say, I want to get to know everyone of this county on a first name basis. All 130 people. I want them to come to me. I want them to feel like we can benefit them. She's also our only candidate that had ever negotiated with unions, which was a strong skill set that we need, knowing that we have some contracts coming up. What we found was a lot of people knew the process or had maybe participated in but never led that process. She brings a really strong go-getter attitude to this position that we all, I think, instantly knew after we had interviewed her, but also right away when we finished interviews. Without hesitation, she was the name off everyone's lips for who we wanted. I think what she benefits is she brings a team-first attitude. She's not looking to come in and railroad anyone, ram them into a corner, take over. She wants to benefit this county in a way that we need the benefits. We need that check and balance system to help us stay in line and guidelines. We definitely identified, I think, on the hiring committee holes that we have that she will help guide us down towards compliance in certain areas that maybe have kind of been set to the wayside because people get busy and we're shorthanded across the board. We feel very confident in this person, and she is so excited for this opportunity. I think I've talked to her every single day for the past 2 weeks about ideas that she has, things she wants to do, get to know people. Like, she really is I want to be in here, I want to talk to you guys, and I want to help the county, and we couldn't be more excited for that. If you look at her contract, some differences based on what kind of the last contract was. We do have in there an ability to work from home. However, she told us in the interview, I don't prefer that. I want to be in the office. However, she said there's a few occasions where maybe I would need to, but can I do it where I get the board's pre-approval to do that? I said, so you would call the board and say, hey, on this day, I need to be home. Can I please work from home? Yep, every time. No problem. That was her ask to be in there. So she's already asked for a check and balance with that in a way that I think shows a dedication to the county that maybe we haven't had previously or in the same way. She did have a vacation package at her prior job, but it was not different than what the vacation package already was. She did agree to a 1-week cut for 1 year. So you'll see in there we have just the starting with 4, moving to 5. But she agreed to that cut. She also agreed to a larger termination notice, written termination notice. So that gives us a big time frame. And that sometimes is hard to get people to agree to. I don't think we'll have a problem. I mean, throughout her interview, she said she wants to find a home to settle into, and she doesn't live far from the community. So I think it would be very easy for her to find this to be a home environment for a long time.
How many years of expertise on the HR has she under her belt?
22? What, 22?
It was 20 plus.
20 plus.
Yeah, for some reason 22 is sticking out to me, but
Okay.
she,
In private and public mainly.
private and public, so she's had both. She's currently federal. She already comes in with certifications, so she does not need to go get like that SHRM or the PHR.
Yeah.
She already has both of those. So she upkeeps those, has had those one since 2009. So for a long time, she has strived to be a professional in this department and in that job, and it shows. She has a master's degree. She's highly qualified for the job, and I do think she will bring a level of knowledge and expertise, but also just hands-on experience that will be helpful for our county. And like I said, she wants to be a team player. She doesn't want to come in and be a one-person show. She doesn't want to do it for the glory. She just wants to come in and work with the people, and she's just a happy person.
I was gonna say, yeah, the demeanor, I mean, if you look at the interview panel, all of us are very different, and her demeanor appealed to all of us,
Mhm.
so that's huge.
She wants to come in and meet the department heads, find out what their needs are, not come in and try to take over and tell them what to do. She wants to meet with the employees and see what their needs are. And I think that's huge. I don't think the employees have felt like they've been listened to. I think there's a hole that she fills that we can't get with an outside source. There's just a gap there. You need to have the employees need to feel that they can walk into an office and talk to somebody in confidence. They can't do that in a setting at the courthouse. So I think this is definitely the best route to go. And I think she is by far the best candidate.
And we did have a lot of applications. We had 30. We narrowed it down to about half of that. We looked through those resumes, and we weren't unanimous when we picked who we were interviewing. We each had different people that we had in mind, and I think ironically, she wasn't at the top of any of our lists.
No, but she was on everybody's list.
Yeah, she was a consistent, she's on everyone's list, but we all had someone else that we thought were gonna be the perfect fit. And I think almost all of us had our number one interview. And it wasn't until she walked in that we were like, wow, she's exactly what we need, and we just didn't know it.
I would make a recommendation on item 3, that in case of emergency, she contact emergency or weather related, and that she contact the chair.
Yeah.
Instead of the toll board.
That's fine, I can definitely make that.
Because if, weather doesn't permit safe travel,
Right.
Sue should pick up the phone and call the chair, say, oh, we won't be in today, and for obvious reasons.
And I
If
know,
it's an emergency.
I know she talked about the fact that she would not only after getting approval, if she needs to work from home, she would be communicative of that to the employees. She just wouldn't, when we talked about this specifically, she wanted to make sure that it was that check and balance system where she's getting approval first, but then letting everyone know. She was very clear that this would not be a people won't know where to find me situation. She's an open door, not only in an office, but if she's at home, that people will know how to get a hold of her, where to find her, and where she's at, which I think is refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Also very important.
She also had, I think, just the most thoughtful and interesting questions for us. Like I felt like when she walked into the interview, this wasn't just a job. She truly,
She was already making notes.
had an interest in being
What we
here.
had in place, how we could improve on.
Yeah.
She wanted to go.
She not only wanted to make sure that she fit here, but we fit for her. She wanted to make sure this is gonna be long-term, and she wanted to make sure it was right up front, not come in and, hey, no, this ain't for me, and then out again. I mean, she wants to retire from here, that's her goal.
Yep. And like I said, she does live close, so she knows the community. She's traveled over here many a times. So she's very comfortable with Benton, especially, and all of Benton County.
How close is she to retirement?
Oh,
She's ways away.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, 2 decades. I don't want to age her, but I would say
I mean, yeah, we don't really know what her age is, but
this feels like a fun conversation.
any indication from talking to her, it's not in her year plans, but she wants to find a home.
When we told her like what the handbook says our hours are per week, she definitely looked at us and went, "What? She goes, I don't think I've worked less than 60 in a week." And we were like, oh, "Okay, Sue." So yeah, she's a worker. I think she'll be here for a long time.
I really appreciate your work.
Megan did an outstanding job.
Yes, she did.
Receiving, the resumes and airing questions, phone calls, emails, etc.
Putting everything together and getting everything ready for us. And I didn't expect a call from Rick that I got. I appreciate it. And it's been an interesting process. I didn't know what to expect, but it's been very interesting. And I'm glad I had the opportunity.
Well, it's a good panel, not all department heads, so I mean, that's good. people that she's gonna work with. Gary, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions here? Tracy's still looking it over.
Her contract says Sue Ann, but she goes by Sue. I just put her legal name on the contract, but she does go by Sue.
She's already got a good start.
So we talked about onboarding process. The county doesn't really have an onboarding process. We fail at that at secondary roads as well. When she starts getting in here, getting introduced to department heads, to employees, maybe spend whatever time she thinks is necessary to, secondary roads is one of the largest. She needs to spend a couple days out there, maybe going out to see, not only the office manager and the engineer, but some of the employees. Maybe go around some of the maintainer sheds, try to meet some people in all the different departments.
And she's very eager to do that.
She's very eager. She wants to meet the employees and get a feel for what their needs are. And we also felt that since this committee, she's familiar with us, so we could be her, liaison to meet, me with the engineer, Shelby with her employees, and so forth. Each one,
And I can handle the courthouse,
right.
getting her introduced, each just take 2 floors and.
Yeah, get her feet on the ground and not just have everything dumped on her first. Don't be overwhelming and let her figure out what she needs.
And she doesn't want to be in the office, stuck to an office those first few weeks. I mean, it was her that said, that she would want to go around and meet people first. You can't know what you need to do in a job until you know what the needs of the people are. Because she's here to help us, and that's what she wants to do. I think what she said, why would she want to leave the current employment that she's at now? It's administrative. She misses the people. And so I think that bodes well for us, that she doesn't want to just be an administrative person that's pushing paper. She wants to be on the other side of it, where she's connecting with the people of our county and our workers and trying to do what she can to help benefit them. And I think that's really important, because this isn't just a paper pushing job.
And another thing we saw a need for is the possibility of safety. In the past, it's been the assistant engineer that took care of safety. Although we all know he didn't go to all the different departments, and there's needs out there that need to be addressed. I think for the most part, team safety is only applicable when it's convenient. And secondary roads, Myra and I are filling in the interim, but we don't have the time to go around to the different departments, and so that could be, it should be,
Towards that, a lot of noise out there.
should be and could be another role of the HR department to oversee safety, maybe set some safety policies. There's some policies and guidelines out there that I think should be addressed, and
Thank you.
so there's a void there that needs to be filled, and that would be a good place to put that.
Tracy, do you have questions here?
Have you guys done anything since Chuck has been passed? Have they sent somebody from Heartland to do that?
Myron's been in contact with
I
someone.
think they're gonna start doing that again. is what I understand.
We had someone that came out. Myron was gone. He was in Florida when he came out. I took him around to the buildings. We had severe weather coming, so he didn't get to go see everything he wanted to see.
I think he's the new guy to replace Chuck. Or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
And he's done some training with us since then. Kind of getting a feel for it. I like him because he's out there trying to figure out, just by going around, he can see what our needs are. But there's, even when Chuck was there, he's hitting on the same safety stuff, the general basic stuff, but there's whole stuff that's getting missed. And he helps with the training, but not set policy.
Right, and I was just making sure that was getting done.
Yes. So, and it's tough to get that meeting set up and, you know, and bring everybody in and, you know, vacations and time off. But, yes, no, there is a guy, I can't remember his name, I'm terrible with names.
No, I couldn't either, but I just knew there was talk of it.
Last year, the safety training that I was supposed to attend, they decided to do it virtually, and then they screwed it up, and I never got to choose any of the safety courses that I wanted to. They hand selected one or two, and that was it, and it wasn't even necessarily stuff that interested me. It's like, this is kind of a joke. You fill the position to make sure that it's filled. It has a meaning to it, and that's about it. It's, you know, it's a convenience thing, and I just see so much that's ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
He did make it.
We started without you.
Okay.
Okay.
Did she look at the room? Did you guys show her?
We
her
didn't
office?
show her the room. I'm sure she's biting at or chomping at the bit to come in. I'm sure if I called her right now, she'd probably come over at lunch to come get it. She's very excited, but she's been reserved knowing that she needed to respect the decision by the board. So she's been just mostly communicating with me, but she's ready to get going. She does have to give notice to her job, which is why we have that July 17th start date. Just with the holiday in there and everything else, it also is the start of a new pay period, so it's kind of nice that it's not in the middle of a pay period. But I mean, she was ready to start working in the evenings for us come July 1. She's like, I'll just work my regular job, Megan, and then I'll start reading stuff in the evenings. And I was like, I don't know that you have to do that, but if you really want to read the employee handbook in the evenings, have at it.
We felt a little longer wait, another couple weeks for the right person. It was well worth it.
Does she plan on commuting from, I'm guessing, Cedar Rapids where she lives?
Center Point. Yep, so she's close. Like I said, she's been to Benton, mostly in probably a rival statute. Her kids did play sports, and she still has daughters that play sports, so I can't guarantee she's gonna be a Benton Shellsburg or a Benton community fan. But she'll absolutely support the county.
CPU, the bandits in Benton County.
See you, man.
I guess the only somewhat of a hang-up I got is the same thing that what Rick commented on earlier about her time off of bad weather or.
Right. I can make that amendment because Ray is gone until the end of the month, so like the contract itself won't be able to be signed until he's back.
Okay.
So I can definitely, right after this, make that amendment and then email it to everyone if that is acceptable.
Yeah, move to approve with the amendment.
Yeah.
If you're good, I'll make a recommendation of the hire.
I'm just trying to think in my head how to reword that.
Well, I like the idea of getting the approval for supervisors is something planned.
Yep, I can leave that in there that she needs full board approval, and then I can add that additional sentence if in case of an emergency.
I agree with Rick. I would say not the whole board, just.
One, just chair, even for, pre-approval.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
yeah,
long as, you know, the chair should be here leading every meeting, so.
right. Yeah. So I can add a sentence, for inclement weather or emergency, and then just change that to the chairman of the board.
I don't know nothing about weather in there.
Okay, just emergency.
Cause what I think is bad weather and somebody else thinks bad weather is,
Depends on where you're at in the county too.
That's right, your point.
so I really don't want nothing with weather in there.
Just emergency.
Just emergency. Okay, I find that. And then I can email it to you for final.
I think what he's actually stating is that all communications to be communicated with the chairman of the board of supervisors instead of the total board. Is that's what you're indicating?
I'm comfortable making that change. Like I said, I have this on my computer, I didn't bring my computer with me, but I definitely can add that.
And I think that should be sufficient.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, okay, that is my recommendation, my motion, that we hire Sue Ann Wilbur as our new HR director, and offer this employment agreement with the change that we recommended.
Second.
Alright,
Resolution, Primer, aye?
Your second aye.
Team and I.
Thank you. I will work on this, and then do you want an email to you guys with the change? Haley, I can add you in too.
Just for this part, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Tracy's gotta sign it.
Yeah, and Ray is gone, and so.
Yeah.
We'll plan a day. I'll get with you and Ray once he's back, and Sue, and get you guys together that we can plan a date for her to come in.
I'll get him to sign this part and then we have to let
You
Ben,
met her already, right?
Oh, yes.
we have to let Ben know of the new hire we've had recently so he can start looking at this.
Perfect. And Gary, we'll find a day for her to meet you, because I know she wants to. Thank you, guys.
I'll be early Tuesday.
And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking time to be on this committee.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
opportunity. It was fun. It was fun.
Ron.
Tracy needs money in the wrong spot, that's fine. You
Can
wanna
I?
take these checks today?
Sure. We'll arrange to go pick
That's
them
okay,
up.
I'll have him sign it, it's just that he's picking up the handwriting, you sign the other one, fine.
You can sign underneath.
It only took 11 months, but
They're in though, right?
yes. I even got a picture of
Oops.
I'm gonna have you sign here.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have you miss these blanks.
Sorry. Yeah, it was there when I walked through. Oh, boy.
Well,
Wrong blank.
Here's the check I did that, and then I want you to sign
I screwed up.
this one.
Hello? Numbers?
I signed under here.
And then I'll give Nancy that, so she can get insurance started. And let us know.
Well, how do you wanna do this?
You just do one,
Yeah.
you can make a copy of that one.
I have two resolutions,
Yeah,
there's two, I thought.
yeah, but Gary signed them wrong.
Oh, that's fine, I can make a copy for our record.
Okay. This is the correct one. Give it back to her, so I know, you're used to signing.
Second one, I know, I switched orders, didn't I? Alright, we're good to go.
Thank you for your work.
Alright, so, we'll get the insurance.
Myron,
yeah.
Doing a little spring maintenance on our, only 30-year-old lawnmower that we use secondary roads to do around the main shop as well as a number of the upland sheds. Decided it's time to replace it. Experimenting with a few zero turns last year. You can mow a lot quicker with one of those, so we have asked for a quote for zero turn, commercial grade. Some commercial grade specs to hold up to some of our uses. We got 4 different model quotes back from 3 different dealers that you have in front of you. And would like to recommend getting a Hustler Model X1 from Permission Motors. If you got any specific questions, Doug stuck around from earlier. Doug put together the specs and was instrumental on getting the specifications and the request for the proposals out to the dealers.
What's the width, cutting width?
60 inch.
60, okay, alright. Do you think the difference between the 7 gauge and the 11 gauge deck is?
What I did there was set a standard so that you have to set some kind of standards to keep lesser quality equipment from coming in and undercutting bids. So I looked around at the different manufacturers, come up with a good solid deck that, because our equipment does tend to get used hard. So actually the one deck that Coops did was a lighter duty deck with no reinforcing. Their higher priced one had a reinforced deck. So I looked and made sure that they had models that could actually meet the specs. So I would just as soon stay with something that's a little more durable. I'd hate to have a bent deck.
Yeah, the Coops shows an 11 gauge deck on both of them.
There's the one's 11 gauge with 7 gauge reinforcing.
Both of them are.
And both of them have a 7 gauge skirt, but only the higher priced one has 7 gauge reinforcing where the spindles are.
Okay.
And he was aware that I would accept that one.
Yeah.
But he went ahead and bid the lighter deck too. So
Okay.
their decks are actually different.
Okay. And I think Hustler's a good brand also.
I've got one and I beat the crap out of it. It's been a good machine.
Yeah.
I also tested it out secondary roads to make sure we could mow everything with a 60 inch and not have it too cumbersome.
Sure.
And it worked very well.
Use this primarily around the shop area.
The shop,
Shop in Van Horn, we mow all of that land that we own there adjacent to the shed. Then we've got a few of the other outlying sheds that we mow also. We mow everything up around the Mount Auburn shed, but you've got a fair amount of grass up there also. Fortunately, New Hall is mowing that. With those solar panels, we used to mow that lot where our shed was there, but then you've got Keystone, Blairstown, which we mow mostly with our regular roadside mower. And the other few outlying sheds, for the most part, are pretty narrow, and the push mower takes care of it.
Okay. Good. Make a recommendation. Make a motion that we take their recommendation and purchase the Hustler from Permanent Motors.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's nice that it's close too.
it is convenient, but sometimes we forget that, Benton County covers area and, Benton's convenient because it's here for us, but we've got dealers for things all around the county and there's still taxpayers here, so.
I think the John Deere mower we bought in 2000, I think we bought Keystone when the John Deere mower dealership was separate from P&K.
Good.
It's 23 years old this year.
You trading that in?
Probably auction it.
Yeah.
They use the online auction that I've been using to liquidate equipment, and I think I give the county a better deal.
Good.
Is that a zero turn?
No. It's a tractor mower. It's a GT 235 with a 48-inch jack. John Deere. There's got a few ditch banks that are a little sketchy with. So
Nobody's rolled it over yet, but you'll like the zero turn.
You have one?
I do, yeah. They're great. Yeah, they're good.
Got my overtime in half.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Anything else?
That's all I had.
That's pretty easy.
Yes. Your Henderson
No.
cards are here.
Can't think of anything.
You didn't know what day was coming down.
Did you say something, Tracy?
No, don't have nothing for you.
I do have a question for you afterwards, if you're
Huh?
gonna be
Okay.
much longer.
Okay, no, we're about done. How many, maybe you can't tell me, how many people signed up and paid for the oil from their property? You got a ballpark figure?
There were 143 permits, I believe, that we went through and numbered them at.
Yeah.
It was 141, but there were 2 locations, on County Rogers Park, out in front of the office area as one, and then one other that we missed. So 143 locations I know throughout the county that we've been to once. We're gonna start doing the second application tomorrow.
I think we have some service areas you need to come
Yep.
back to.
Yep, for sure, service area 3, so I can adjust with public health. And then I wanna talk to you on that, forfeiture one, so.
Sure.
Those 2 areas for sure by resolution, and then I'll get that tweaked up before you approve the minutes next week with the claim. Cause I'll do the adjustments before the next claim.
So you need a motion to,
Approve the resolution to amend service areas. For
just
sure,
like she
agree.
said.
Yeah.
Second.
Oh, did she remind me here? Jeff, better watch out.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next week we sign them.
Yes, I will get that to you probably this week, yeah. I didn't do it today. It's under possibility.
Any other reports?
That'll leave.
My yours is all looking, we'll be fine.
I know I will need to moderately tweak something.
I just beat you.
Had the landfill last Thursday.
Usually you're the one.
They
I
still,
noticed it.
they're gonna start mobilizing equipment in
Been running different.
the last week of June to start doing the cell. And then as for the dirt being hauled in, they're gonna start, I believe, next week. And they're gonna run hard for 3 weeks in a row. That's making me nervous.
Why's that?
You should drive down there and see, they only got 20% of the project there. There is a awesome pile of dirt there now. And they're shooting to run over 200 trucks loads a day for 3 weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm nervous about it.
You ready for one?
Gonna put it on pile.
I don't know if the truck's gonna be able to stay on the pile. They're gonna run 200 trucks a day, 5 days a week. 1,000 trucks a week.
The total project was supposed to be 8,000 loads.
Gee, that's a lot of dirt.
The only thing I can say that's nice that they are not hauling heavy loads for the hurting roads. They're all coming in on a scale anywhere from 73,000 to 78,000 loaded.
The dump is weighing every load.
Yeah, see, that's how they're charging for this.
Done, done.
That's all I got, so.
I had a Heartland meeting, got another one this week. So, plus, as you know, we all met for EMS, so it was a week full of meetings, but
Got anything, Eric?
I got a meeting Thursday.
make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.